The diagram below shows a rectangular tank. I'm sure during some time or some point in your life, you all have seen an aquarium or a fish bowl like what I showed you just now, right? So the measurements are 40 by 50 by 15. They want the volume of the tank. Volume is cross-sectional area by height. So it is length by width by height. So work it out for me, please, and put your units. Jason, put your units, please. If you're multiplying 3 sides, it will be centimeter cubed.
Yeah, miss, I get understand.
All right. So let's go. All right. So 40 by 50 by 15 is equal to 30,000 centimeter cube. You all have that?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Now we taking our time, but we're moving a little quickly to it. The cylindrical container, just like my glass. So the next time you have tea or you have some water or juice, look at the glass. It's a cylinder. The container is completely filled with water. It has a radius of 20 and the height is 21. So again, we need to find the total volume. Now, the first thing we need to find is the volume of the cylinder. So the volume of the cylinder is cross-sectional area by height. The cross-section of the cylinder is a circle. So this is pi r squared h. They gave us pi to be 22 over 7. So 22 over 7 by 20 by 20 by 21. Work it out. When you're finished with that, find the total volume by adding the volume of the rectangular tank plus the volume of the cylinder. So go ahead. All right, here I have 26,400 centimeter cube. So the total volume would be 30,000, right? Plus 26,400, which is 56,400 centimeter cube. Did you all get that?
Yes.
Yes, miss.
Very good. Now, think about it. In my container, I had 30,000 and I poured the water from my cylinder, which was the glass. And I did point out to you that the height increased. So what stays the same is the area of the rectangular tank. The area stays the same, but the height of the tank increases, right? So volume again of the rectangular tank is area by height, right? Which is length by width by height. And that is 56,400. And we know H is, we don't know H, right? Yes, we have to find H. We know the length and the width. The length and the width was how much? So the length is 40. The length is 50 and the width is 40. Sorry about that. It's just the height has increased. So the 40 and the 50 remains the same because that doesn't change. Remember that cross-sectional area of the rectangles is fixed, right? But the height of the water is what changed. So the 40 and 50 remains the same. 40 by 50 multiply by H. Find for H for me. Take it out and find for H. The inverse of multiply by 40 over 50 is divide by 40 over 50. All right? I have 28.2 centimeters. Did you all get that?
Yes, miss.
Very good. Very good. The vertical height of the rectangular tank. So the height here, the height is 48. Remember that I filled in the liquid, but the tank isn't completely filled. We want to know how many cylinders must I use to fill the container, because I have water, but it is not completely filled. So we have to find the amount of liquid or the amount of liquid to fill the container to fill the tank would be the volume of the tank. So the volume of the tank is cross-sectional area by height. I told you that the area of the rectangle remains fixed. The only thing changes is the height of the water. So the 50 and the 40 remains fixed. The height of the water could go as high as 48. So work out that for me, and the amount of liquid to fill the tank would be the volume of the tank, which is what you're working out now, minus the amount presently in the tank. which is the 56,400. So work out that for me. 50 by 40 by 48. All right. So here I have 96,000 centimeter cube. Do you all have that?
Yes, Miss.
Yes.
So if the capacity of the tank is 96,000 and presently we have 56,400, then the amount required to fill the tank would be 39,600, not so?
Yes, Miss.
Right. Now, let me see. They ask us how many more cylindrical containers must be used. So, one cylinder has a capacity of 26,400, right? So the number of cylinders required would be 39,600 divided by 26,400. Work out that for me.
One 1.5 meters.
1.5. So 1.5 cylinder will completely fill my rectangular tank. Do you all understand that?
Yes, Miss.
All right. We're going again. All right. Why I chose this? Because it has total surface area. We need to know what is total surface area. First, we want to find the area of triangle GHI. Right. Now, we know that in order to find the area of the triangle, we need to know the base and the height. So, find for me area of GHI using the formula base by height over 2. So go ahead, find the area. What is the base and what is the height?
The base will be 8 and the height will be 3 less.
Right, and what is the area? What is the area? 12 centimeter squared. Did you all get that?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's fine.
Yes, yes, Miss.
All right. Volume. Cross-sectional area. What do I mean by the cross section? If I cut it along the line horizontally, the side facing me would be a triangle. So volume of this prism is cross-sectional area by height, right? Now, the questions are usually connected. We already work out the area of the cross-section. That is 12. The height is 18. So the volume will be 12 by 18, which is how much?
216 centimeters.
What? Centimeters?
Square.
No.
Cubes.
This one, volume is in centimeter cube, right?
Yes.
Right. Are we okay so far?
Miss, I'll lose marks, sir.
Well, if that is part of the answer, how you get it correct? That is part of the answer. Remember, in mathematics, we teach you all units, so you need to write correct units.
Yes.
That is why I tell you. You need to check over and make sure whatever you put down there is the correct answer. All right? Do you all understand how I got the volume?
Yes, miss.
All right, thank you. Now, the length GI. So I'm going to draw this triangle here. This one in red, because I want to find GI. So this is a right angle triangle, and we use Pythagoras Theorem to find the missing lengths of a right angle triangle. So we want to find GI. This side is 3 cm. This side is half of 8, which is 4. So I want to find the longest side. How do I know that it is the longest side? Well, it is the side opposite to the right angle. So here's what. Instead of me giving you the whole long Pythagoras theorem, I'm going to give it in a nutshell. If you want to find the longest side, it is the square root of the sum of the squares of the other two sides. If you want to find one of the other sides given the hypotenuse, you subtract. So go ahead, find GI. The square root of 3 squared plus 4 squared.
So 25, miss.
Correct? Could anybody confirm that GI
Yeah, miss.
is the square root of 25, which
And then
is
you get 5
centimeters. Now, in mathematics, there are some Pythagorean triples. Comes from Pythagoras' theorem. And some of the triples are the 3, 4, 5, meaning 3 squared plus 4 squared is 5 squared. The 6, 8, 10, meaning 6 squared plus 8 squared is 10 squared. The 5, I wonder if it's 5, is 15 plus, just somewhere 225 plus 60. Yeah. So it is 8, 15, 17. So all of these are the Pythagorean triples, meaning that these are the Pythagoras' values for the right angle triangle. So when we square these two numbers, it will be this squared. When we square this and this, it is this. When we square this and this, we will get that, right? All right. What we're most interested in this afternoon is total surface area, which is the area of every surface of the prism. Let me repeat that. Total surface area is area of each of the surface. So like if you take your hand and you pass it on each surface of that prism, that is the total surface area. So it is a triangular prism. We have two sides that are triangles. So for the total surface area, let me do it here. We have two sides that are triangles. So the area of the triangle, we worked out that already, that was 12. Then we have here, which is 5 by 18. We have two sides that are identical rectangles here. So that is 18 by 5. So the area of the rectangle here is 18 by 5. And then we have the bottom part, which is the bottom surface. This width is 8 and this length here is 18. Right? So the area of the bottom part of the bottom rectangle is 8 by 18. So we have two of this, we have two of this, and we have one side. So in my prism, I have five surfaces. 3 are rectangles and 2 are triangles. So when you get this answer, you multiply it by 2, here you multiply it by 2. Work out for me the total surface area. So it could help you if I draw the net. So let me see. If I draw the net of this, this is what it will look like. The 5 sides. So if anybody doesn't know, right? So here is 18, right? This is 8, here is 5, here is 5, this is 18, and this is 18 here, right? So that is why I ask you to, and we have at the bottom here, we have our next triangle. So that is what the net of the figure would look like, right? The 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 surfaces. All right. You are supposed to get 348 centimeters squared. Did you all get that?
Squareness?
It's the area.
Okay.
Did anybody get 348?
Yeah, yes. Bapak Cubus.
Jason, at the end of the class, you will stay back for 5 minutes, right?
Yeah, yes, no problem.
Besides Jason, did anybody else get 348? Yes, no.
Miss, can you do it over one more time, please?
All right. Well, here what I had to turn on the camera. So just now, let's see if I can get it. thing that I was using.
Miss, but I not part of the food. Or not done, miss.
You're still asking if it's centimeter squared or centimeter cube?
Yes. I get tired, miss, because miss.
All right. Are you all seeing and hearing me?
Yes, miss.
Yeah, miss.
Right. Now, this, let me see if I could bring this any better. This is my triangular prism. So I just took a piece of paper and I folded it into three. You all could try it when you are finished with the class. So I folded it into three and I have a triangular prism. So I have one face that is a triangle. Are you all seeing that?
Yes, miss.
Right. If I turn it like this, I have another face that is a triangle. So the area of one triangle is equal to the area of the other triangle. Do you all see that?
Yes, miss.
Yeah, miss.
Right. Now, that is two faces, right? I told you if I took my hand and I passed it along, I will get 5 faces. This rectangle, this one, watch how it is. Let me see how I can show you here. This rectangle has width 5 and length 18. You all seeing that?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
This rectangle has width because it's an isosceles triangle, right? So this width is 5 and this length is 18. So this means this triangle and this one in the back here is the same, not so?
Yes, miss.
Yes.
Right. What about the bottom here? The triangle is isosceles, not equilateral. So it means that the base of the triangle is 8. Here is 5, here is 5, and here is 8. So it simply means that this rectangle is different from the other two. Yes?
Yes, miss.
So here would be 8, which is the bottom of the rectangle, by the length 18. So do you all see how I got all the dimensions there?
Yes.
Yes, miss.
Right. So
Miss, if you're trying to talk, you're on mute, eh?
Jason, I was speaking. All right, you all hearing me? You seeing the question, right?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
Right. This is an isosceles triangle because here is 5 and here is 5. So it means that two rectangular faces has the dimensions 5 by 18. You all agree with me?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
Yes.
Right? So that is 2 times. Remember, the face at the bottom, that face at the bottom has a width of 8. So it's 8 by 18 and it's only one face. And then we have the two triangular faces, which is 3 by 8, 2 of that. So work out that for me and see how much you get. I do hope you understand now. Two by 12. You have that?
Yes, miss.
2
Yes.
by 90. You have that?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
And 144. And the total surface area is 348 centimeters squared. Do you all understand now?
Yeah, miss.
Yeah, miss.
Right. Now, if at any point you don't understand, let me know, right? I will turn on my camera and I will demonstrate and I will hope that when I'm finished, you all understand, right? All right. Can we move on to part B now?
Yes, miss.
Now, you all remember long ago, these old people like our grandparents, they used to have a set of goal, right? And they will take the goal and they will go by the goldsmith and they will melt the gold and they will make other things. So if they have a set of broken pieces of earring, chain and whatnot, they will take the gold and they will go and melt it and make, they will make something else. Have you all ever heard anything like that?
Yeah, miss.
Yeah, miss.
Right. So here's what they do. They take this triangular prism and they melt it down. So let me assume this is a whole chunk of gold. So they take in the volume and they melt it. They can't take the area because they take in the weight. So the volume was 216. So they take in that volume, which is 216, and they're going to make a cube now. So they want to find the length of the edge of the cube. But we know in a cube, volume of a cube is side by side by side. So the length of one side is the cube root of 216. Work out that for me.
Six centimeters.
6 cm. Anybody else could confirm that?
Yeah, miss. 600.
Everybody understand? Yes?
Yes, miss.
Right, we're going again. Right, so we're doing this one quickly because this was part of the question. The area of the field, now this is a sector. So the area of a sector is theta, or I like to say it is the angle over 360 multiplied by pi r squared, which is the area of a circle. For perimeter, we need to find the length of the arc. So the length of the arc is the angle over 360 multiplied by 2 pi r. And the perimeter would be the length of the arc, L, plus the radius, plus the radius. So they gave us the diameter. If they gave us the diameter as 28, the radius is half of 28. The radius is 14. So take it out and work it out. Now you know how to draw the diagram and stuff it. I will send the questions for you. You just do your working. So I have 90 over 360 multiplied by 22 over 7 by 14 by 14. Jason, what is your answer with the units?
Miss, I get 5 centimeters.
Jason, you get 5 centimeters for the area.
Oh, no, miss. My bad. Miss, that's not much.
All right.
154, miss.
Yes, but what is the units, Jason?
Centimeter square, miss.
Yes, centimeter squared. Did you all get it?
Yes, miss.
Yes.
Very good. Let's work out the length of the arc L. So it is 90 over 360 multiplied by 2 by 22 over 7 by 14. I have 22 centimeters. Yes?
Yes, miss.
So it's
Yes.
22 plus 14 plus 14, which is 50 meters. Yes?
Yes, miss.
Keep going again. This is what we are interested in. This is a triangular prism. We are interested in area because they say they're bringing that. We are interested in surface area because that is what they say. And they bring in volume too, right? So let's go. We want the area of the triangle. For us to find the area of the triangle, we need to know the base and the height. Right now, we know the hypotenuse and the base. So we need to find the length of the height. Remember, I told you the hypotenuse is the side opposite to the right angle. And if the hypotenuse is given, which is the length of the longest side, think about it. It is the longest side of the triangle. So if that is given, to find a shorter side, we need to subtract, right? So this is the square root of 10 squared minus 6 squared. Work it out. And this is one of the Pythagorean triples. Remember, I told you all just now.
That's the answer. We centimeters squared, right?
No, we find in the length of one side. So the length will be centimeters.
Oh, okay.
We didn't reach the areas yet, but if it's the area you're asking, area is in centimeters squared.
Yeah, that's the area I'm talking.
Yes, yes.
Okay, great.
All right. What is the square root of 10 squared minus 6 squared?
64.
So it is the square root of 64, which is 8. You all agree?
Yes, miss.
So find for me the area using base by height over 2. Here is the base. Here is the height. Work it out.
Finish me.
I believe it's 24. Am I correct?
Yeah,
Yes,
miss. Centimeters squared. Miss.
Yes, Jason. Thank you. It is centimeters squared. Very good. So here's what they give. The volume, and we have to calculate the length. But you remember, I said at the beginning, the volume of any prism is area by height. And what is the area? Well, when I cut it horizontally, I will see a triangle. When I cut it here, I will see a triangle. So it is the cross-sectional area, which is a triangle by the height. And they ask you to find the area in part 1. So which means half of your job is finished. So 540 is equal to 24 by some number. Make H the subject. And the way to make H the subject is to eliminate multiply by 24. So find H for me. Divide both sides by 24.
Twenty-two point five.
22.5 centimeters. Can anybody confirm that it is 22.5?
Yes, miss.
Very good.
Yes.
We're going to total surface area. This is what we are most interested in. Right? There we go. Let's go. Now, how many faces do we have? We have 1, 2,
5.
which are triangles, right? We have one face in front. We have one face in the back. And we have one face in the bottom. 5 faces. Do you all see that?
Yes, miss.
Right. I want to show you all how to do this so you're not confused. So the area of the triangle first. The 2 triangles are the same, right? So the area of the triangle is 24. But there are 2 triangles, so it's 24 by 2. Yes? Right. Now, How many sides does a triangle have? How many sides in a triangle?
3, miss.
3. So
3.
this is the width, right? Watch this. This is the width here of the first rectangle. This is the length. You all see that? Look at here. You all see in this rectangle here?
Yes,
Yes,
miss.
miss.
Yes,
So
miss.
this is the one in the back is 22.8, 22.5 by 8. So we have the area of the rectangle 22.5 by 8. Watch this one. The one here to the bottom. This one has a length 22.5 by 6 because 6 is the next side of the triangle. So the area of the triangle is 6 by 22.5. You all see that one?
Yes, miss.
Right. Watch this one now with the hypotenuse. So this face with the hypotenuse is the part in green. So that is 22.5 by 10. Do you all see that?
Yes.
Now I want to be clear, a triangle has 3 sides. So that means that this side here is the width of the first rectangle. The 6 is the width of the bottom rectangle. And the 10 is the width of the top face. You all see that?
Yes, miss.
Does everybody understand that?
Yes, miss.
Yes,
All right, work it out. Work out the total surface area for me.
Five 580 centimeters square.
Yes, 588. Can someone confirm it's 588 centimeters squared?
Miss, it will be centimeters square.
It is centimeter squared. And Jason, why is it centimeter squared and not centimeter cube?
That's because area. It's area.
It is area. And volume is centimeter cube, right?
Excuse me, you can scroll down a little bit, please. Okay, thanks.
28, yeah. 22.5, I'm already 22.5 is 22.5 by 6. So this is the width, and this is from the triangle.
Thanks.
All right. I want to do this one, and I will give you the solution of the other one. This is a prism, right, with 2 faces that are cubes, right, and 4 faces that are rectangles. We want to work out the edge in centimeters of one side. So remember, volume is cross-sectional area by height. So we want to remember that. Volume is A by H. What is the cross-section of this prism? Or of this cuboid?
A cube.
A cube. So this is side by side by h, which is 15, and that is equal to 960. Work out for me the value of the length of one side. (960) divided by 15 and find the square root.
Eight.
Yes? Can someone confirm that it is indeed 8?
Yes.
Yes, miss.
Very good. We're interested in total surface area. All right. Since it is a square on the cross section, it means just like my foil box. When you all get some time, go in the pantry and look at the foil box or the wax paper box or the cling wrap, those boxes. The front and the back are squares. So it means that here is 8. Here is 8. So it means that all of the rectangles are equal. Do you all agree?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
So the area of the square, work out that, and work out the area of the rectangle. And for the total surface area, it will be 2 times the area of the square plus 4 times the area of the rectangle, because we have 4 rectangular faces and 2 faces that are squares. Watch this. Right. This is my foil box. This is my foil box. This here is a square. So it means that for this rectangle, it is 15 by 8. For this rectangle, this side is also 8. So it's 8 by 50. For this side, here is 15. And this part is 8 because it is a square. This and this is the same. You all see that?
Yes.
All right. All right. Can you all see the screen?
Yes, miss.
All right. Go ahead and work it out. Eight by 15 is how much?
120.
And 8 by 8 is 64. So this is 128 plus 480, which is 608 centimeters squared. Did you all get that?
Yeah,
Yes.
miss.
Miss.
Do you all understand how to find total surface area?
Yes, miss.
Right. We have this one with the cereal box. All I'm going to do is part A and part B, right? Because I don't have time to do part C, but I'll send you the answer. This one, we're interested in volume and surface area. Find for me the volume and the total surface area without me helping you. I just want to show you something before you start. All right, this is my cereal box. So it means that this face is the same as this face. And this face is the same as this face. And this face on top is the same as the bottom. So how many faces do we have? How many faces do we have in the cereal box?
6, ma'am. 6.
6. How many faces are the same?
3.
3. So go ahead. Find the volume and find the total surface area. And then we will take a short break before we go on to the statistics. All right, so go ahead.
Miss na siya, Miss Queen.
Chemistry.
Oh, sorry.
Finish, miss.
Give the others a few minutes, right? I could only give you all a 5-minute break today, right? So when we finish with this question, we take a break for 5 minutes and then we go into the statistics, right? So the volume 25 by 8 by 36.
7,200, miss.
What are the units?
Centimeter squared. No, miss, cube. Cube, miss. Cube.
Did you all get that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, miss.
Very good. Let's find the area of the rectangles. So remember the cereal box, right? So when you go in the pantry, watch the cereal box. Look at the foil box, right? So we're looking at the first face here. So the area of the front and back rectangle. So that is 36 by 25 by 2. Well, let me put it 36 by 25. You all have 36 by 25,
Yeah, miss.
Yeah, miss.
right? Then the area of the two sides, it will be 36 by 8. That is 144. No, 36 by 8 is 288. Yes?
Mhm. Yes, miss.
And then the area of the top and bottom. This would be 36 by how much?
Miss 36. Miss, that won't be 36, miss. That will be 25, miss. 25 by 8.
Very good. 25 by 8. So 25 by 8 is 200. So when you add up 900, 288, and 200, and you multiply it by 2, you will get 2776 centimeters squared. Did you all get that?
Yes, miss.
Did anybody else get that?
Yes, miss.
All right. Lorna, Nelia, and Shania, did you all get that?
Yes, miss.
Okay.
Yes, miss.
Now,
Yes, miss.
I'm sure you all could calculate volume and surface area now, right?
Yes, miss.
All right. So let's see, it's 4:16. We're taking a break for 5 minutes. You all come back at 4:21, please. We have to do statistics, right? So you all take a break, please. All right, have you all
Yes,
written?
ma'am.
Yes.
Want to find the range? Want to find the range, the median, the interquartile range, right? The formula for range is the highest value minus the lowest value. To find the median, we need to arrange the numbers in numerical order. So try it.
Must have, yeah.
What am I saying?
No, no, miss. Yeah, they put 39 instead of next to the 8 now, miss.
So they bring in measures of central tendency. This is mean, mode, median. They are also bringing probability.
I should think there might be interquartile range and quartile range.
We don't know, but you know what? We gotta be prepared. They didn't specify it, but that is part of the statistics as well. So, all right, let's go. What's the highest and what's the lowest?
45 and 26.
The answer is 90. Did you all get that?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes, miss.
Right? So, if I cross this and I cross this and I cross this and I cross this and I cross this, the only reason I'm not crossing it all because I gotta write it back for the next question, right? So, the median is the average of these two numbers. So the median is 37 plus 38 over 2, which is 37.5. Did you all get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, we want to find the interquartile range. The formula for interquartile range is upper quartile minus lower quartile. The upper quartile, we're finding out of these values here, the middle. So you're finding the middle of the top half and the middle of the bottom half. So go ahead, find the middle of these values and find the middle of these values because we already identified the median. So find the middle of the top half and the middle of the bottom half. Why this come out like a soup? So the middle of this will be 31. Did you all get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, miss.
The middle here is 8. So the interquartile,
Miss
38.
38, miss.
The interquartile range, 38 minus 31, which is 7. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. The probability that a student chosen at random scores less than half the total marks. So the probability that X is less than 30. So it is the number of marks less than 30 over the number of students. How many marks do we have less than 30?
2.
26 and 29. You all see that?
Yeah, miss. It will be 2 over 10.
2 over 10. Could we simplify that?
1/5.
1/5.
Yes. All right, take it on. Let's move on when you're ready.
Miss, one more thing. You know, the new syllabus have proportionality.
New syllabus. It
Yes,
has variation and proportionality, the same thing.
Okay.
No, they didn't say that they're bringing that there, so that's why I didn't do it. They say they bring in subject of the formula. That is part of algebra, Hannah. They say they are bringing formula substitution. They didn't specify variation and proportionality.
Okay.
And I think they brought that in January, so I don't feel they're going to bring it in June. All right.
Miss, I could ask that question.
Of course.
That the U thing, miss. They're not bringing that. Miss.
You want?
The U thing.
No, they're not bringing that. No, they won't bring that. All right. Look at the table. Tell me how many matches are there for 2 goals and how many matches are there for 5 goals. And tell me what is the modal number of goals. So the modal number of goals is the X value with the highest F value. It is the X value with the highest F value.
It will be 7. 1, miss.
107.
1, miss. 1.
All right. For 2, here we have how many matches?
3.
3. And for 5, how many matches do we have here?
2.
2. So the modal number of goals. So you can't take any number here because they ask you for the number of goals. So you have to pick a value from here. And which value are you going to choose? Well, you are going to choose the value or the number that has the highest F value. And that number is 1. Do you all see that?
Yes, miss.
So this is 1. So let me do the median with yours. This is ungrouped data. So the median for ungrouped data is a half n plus 1, that value. So the total number of matches is 25. So a half of 25 plus 1 is a half of 26, which is the 13th value. That's all? Yes?
Yes, miss.
Now, this means that 0 occurs 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 occurs 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 occurs 3 times. I am looking for the 13th value. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What is the 13 value?
2.
So the median is
2.
2. So take it out. Any questions so far? Does anyone have any questions so far?
No, miss.
Okay. So take it down. And when you all are ready, we will move on.
Miss, I think it'll show us how we enter count it like
Yeah, you
7,
can count it.
5.
I will do the counting when we reach our next example. I don't want to do the counting yet. Ready? How many degrees in a circle?
316.
360.
So how are we going to find x?
94 add 45 and 360 minus that total, miss.
All right, work it out.
So 21, yes?
221, yes. So 360 minus 94 plus 45, 221 degrees. Yes? Yes, that is correct. The percentage of students who chose cricket, and they're asking for percentage, and they bring in percentage, right? So it is the angle representing cricket over 360 multiplied by 100 over 1. Work it out.
26 and 1/9%.
26.11%. Anything of that sort, you'll get a mark. Yes?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, miss.
Given that 40 students chose tennis, calculate the total number of students in the group. So 40 students chose tennis. The only information we have about tennis is that the sector angle representing tennis is 45 degrees. So that means 45 degrees is equal to 40 students. So you have to find for 1 degree and then find for 360 degrees. Find for 1 degree. Well, how do I find for 1 degree? Well, I have to divide both sides by 45. So this is 40 over 45. So for 360 degrees is 360 multiplied by that. So see what you get. How much?
320 students.
320. Anybody agrees?
Yes, miss.
Right. Very good. We're going again. January 2019. So we're going up to 2021. A girl is chosen at random. Determine the probability that she receives a grade 1. How many girls do we have receiving grade 1s?
62.
So the probability that a girl receives a grade 1 is the number of girls receiving a grade 1 over the number of girls. Work it out. And simplify it to the lowest terms, please. All right, how much did we get?
62 over 250, and you get 31 over 125.
Did anybody else get it?
Yes.
Yes, miss.
Very good, we're making some progress. What percentage of boys who took the exam achieved grades 1 to 3? All right, so if we have 200 boys in total, and we have 38 of them receiving grades 1 to 4, how would I get grades 1 to 3?
200 minus 38 plus.
Precisely. So, the number of boys, the percentage would be the number of boys with grades 1 to 3 over the total number of boys multiplied by 100 over 1. Work it out.
$81.
81.
Yes, 21%.
All right, let me see. 162 divided by 200. Yes, 81%. You all got that?
Yeah, miss.
All right. Considering the standard deviation, compare the performance of boys and girls. Well, you are not required, according to the CSEC syllabus, to calculate standard deviation, but you have to know how to analyze it. So let's go to the table. The standard deviation of boys is higher than girls. Do you all agree?
Yes, miss.
Right.
Yes, miss.
First things first. Standard deviation is the measure, so you all write one time, is the measure of spread from the mean. So if in the exam you don't know what is standard deviation, just analyze the data that you have in front of you. You know that this is greater than that, so we're going to write that. The standard deviation of boys is greater than the standard deviation of girls. That is what we know. We don't even have to have no knowledge about standard deviation, but from observation, that is what we can see. The boys' standard deviation is higher than the girls. You get 1 mark for that. The second thing is, this means that the data for the boys is more spread out, and the girls are closer together. 2 marks, you need to write 2 things. Standard deviation is a measure of spread from the mean. Just by looking at the table, if you don't know nothing about standard deviation, you write that 8.2 is greater than 6.3. That is what you're seeing, right? You need to write something, don't leave it blank. So the standard deviation of boys is higher than girls, and the data for the boys are more spread out compared to the girls. All right, let me know when you all are finished.
Finish, miss.
Is there anyone still writing?
No, miss.
Right, we have 2 questions to do before we make our leave, right? So let's go. This is the 2020 paper, and then we have the 2021. Find the median. They say they bring in central tendency, mean, mode, and median. We want to find the median. So the median is a half of the cumulative frequency, that value. The cumulative frequency is 100. So the median is a half of 100, which is the 50th value. So we are going to the cumulative frequency axis, and we are finding 50. 50, and we are going straight across to meet our curve. We are going straight across to meet our curve, and then we are coming downwards. Observe with me that we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So each block is split into 0.2. So here would be 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8. So here would be 3.2. Do you all see that?
Yes, miss.
So the median is 3.2. Take it out and let's continue. 3.2 grams. Ready?
Yeah, miss.
We want to find the upper quartile. So the upper quartile is 3/4 of the cumulative frequency, that value. The cumulative frequency is 100. So 3/4 of 100 is 75. So the upper quartile isn't 75, but it is the 75th value. So we go into our graph and we're going to read off 75, which is midway between 74 and 76. All right? So notice we counted in twos, 72, 74. So midway between 74 and 76. And we come in straight downwards here. So this is roughly 4.3, right? So the upper quartile is 4.3 grams, right? They also ask for the semi-interquartile range. In order for us to find the semi-interquartile range, we need to find the lower quartile. So just like the upper quartile is 3/4, the lower quartile is 1/4. So 1/4 of 100 is 25. So we have to find the 25th value. So that here is midway between 2.2 and 2.4. So we will take 2.3. So upper quartile, lower quartile. Upper quartile is 3/4, lower quartile is 1/4. Median is a half, right? Semi-interquartile is the average and the difference between the upper and the lower. So the lower quartile was 1/4 of the CF, which is the 25th value, and that was 2.3 grams. So the semi-interquartile range is 4.3 minus 2.3, which is 2. Which is 2.0 grams, right? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, miss.
No, we have to divide it by 2. So it's 1.0 grams. You all understand that?
Yeah, miss.
Or I did it too quickly? Do you all understand, or do you want me to go through over again?
you go back over that, please?
Yes, yes. So let me start again. And we're starting from the top. A couple things. Pay attention and then you'll write. The cumulative frequency here is 100. We need to find three things. The median, which is Q2. We need to find the upper quartile, which is Q3. And we need to find the lower quartile, which is Q1. Right? Yes?
Yes, miss.
Now, the median is a half of the CF. So this is the 50th value. The upper quartile is 3/4 of 100, which is the 75th value. And the lower quartile is 1/4 of 100, which is the 25th value. Yes?
Yeah, miss.
Right. So we go into our graph and we find in the 50th value. So we're going straight across and we're coming downward here. So this value is 3.2. You all understand that?
Yes, miss.
Then we're going to the 75th value. So we're going straight across and we're coming downward here. So this here is roughly 4.3. And then the last one for the 25th value, we're going straight across and we're coming downward. So here is 2.3 grams. You understand how I got it? This is Q1, this is Q2, and this is Q3. You all understand how I got those values now?
Yes, miss.
Right. So for the semi-interquartile, the formula for semi-interquartile is upper quartile minus lower quartile divided by 2. So it's 4.3 minus 2.3 divided by 2, which will give me 2 divided by 2, which is 1. Do you all understand now?
Yes, miss.
Right. The number of students whose estimate is 2.8 grams or less. So we have to find 2.8 grams. So 2.8 grams, I will do it in green. This is grams. So you're looking at this axis, you're finding 2.8. You're going straight up to the curve and straight across. What number does this represent? What number would this here be? If we count it in twos.
38, miss.
38. So here is 38. All right. Do you all understand that?
Yes, miss.
Right. Do you all need to take down anything here, or would you all wait until I send the handout? Do you all want to take down anything? Or can I go ahead?
You can go ahead, miss.
All right, so we go into this one, right? This is January 2021. 60 students took an algebra test, which comprised 50 multiple choice questions. The number of correct answers that each student obtained is recorded in the table below. We want the number of students who had exactly 13 correct answers. So we look at the number 13 and how many students does that correspond to?
11.
11. So my answer is 11. Do you all see that? The
Yeah,
modal number of correct answers. So this is what we choose in our mode from. This is where we choose in our mode. So if we choose any mode from here, we are looking at this column to see which number is the highest. And which number is the highest?
14.
14. And which number does it correspond to?
9.
9. So 9 is the mode. So do you all see how to find the mode?
Yeah, miss.
Right. So we go in again. Right? The median number of correct answers. Median for ungroup data is a half of n plus 1. There are 60 students who took the algebra test. So a half of 60 plus 1, we are looking at the 30.5 value. So we could do one out of two things. We can list the numbers just like what we did, or we can count it. So for 8 correct answers, the frequency is 6. The count is 6. For 9 correct answers, the frequency is 4. The count is 6 plus 14, which is 20. We did not reach 30.5 as yet. So we continue counting. For 10 correct answers, we have 2. The count is 20 plus 2, 22. We did not reach 30 as yet. For 10, then we have 11. The frequency is 6. 22 plus 6 is 28. We did not reach 30 as yet. For 12, the frequency is 2. Here is 30, but we want 30.5. So which means the median would be the average of these two numbers. So the median is 12 plus 13 divided by 2, which is 12.5. Do you all see that? Another way of doing it is to list the numbers. 8 occurs 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9 occurs 14 times. 10 occurs twice. 11 occurs 6 times. 12 occurs 2 times. And 13 occurs 11 times. We want 30.5, which is the average of the 30th and the 31st number. So let me count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So this is the 30th value and this is the 31st value. So the median is 12 plus 13 divided by 2, which is 12.5. Do you all understand that?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
So you could count it or you could list it. Any one you wish, you can do it. All right? So take it down. We have one part again to do and then we wrap up in about 5 minutes.
Miss, before I start the next class, we do 5 minutes.
Yes, just go ahead.
You hear me now, miss?
Yeah.
I say, before we start the next class, could you give us 5 minutes?
Yes, I started at 5:15.
Oh, okay.
Right? I'll give you 10 minutes. And I promise not to go beyond 6 o'clock. All right? I plan to do just 2 questions on simultaneous equations, 1 quadratic, 1 linear, and that's it. We can wrap up no later than 6 o'clock. Right? All right. We want the probability that a student has at least 12 correct answers. So the word at least means greater than or equal to 12. So the student could have 12 correct answers, 13 correct answers, 14 correct answers, or 15 correct answers. All right, so we add in 2 plus 11 plus 9 plus 10 divided by 60. So work out that for me. 2 plus 11 plus 9 plus 10. How much is that?
Miss,
32.
0. Yeah.
32, and 32 over 60 is the
0.5.
same as 8 over 15. That's all?
Oh, yeah, yeah, miss. Yeah.
Yes, miss.
Right. Let's look at this last part. Determine the total number of students who wrote the examination. All we have is this angle here represents 39 students. So 170 is equal to 39 students. So 1 degree will be 39 over 170, and 360 degrees will be 39 over 170 multiplied by 360. Work on that for me.
On 20, miss.
120. Did anybody else get 120?
Yeah, miss.
All right. Now, the ratio of students who achieved grade 1, 2, or 4. So 1, 2, or 4 is 2 to 4 to 3. We want to know how many students passed the exam. So the number of students receiving grades 1, 2, or 4 has to be 120 minus the 39 who received grade 3. So this is 81. And they say they bring in ratio, so you all pay attention. So the total number of portions for grades 1, 2, and 4 is 2 plus 4 plus 3, which is 9. So 9 shares is equal to 81. 1 share is equal to 81 over 9, which is 9, right? So 2 by 9 is 18. So it means 18 students received grade 1. 4 by 9 is 36. So it means 36 students received grade 2. Grade 3 we know is 39. So the students who pass would be 18 plus 36 plus 39, which is 93. Do you all see that?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
Determine the value of the sector angle representing grade 1. So the number of students who got grade 1 is 18. So the sector angle would be 18 over 120, that is the whole total number of students, divided by 360. So 18 divided by 120 multiplied by 360 is 54 degrees. Any questions?
No, miss.
All right. So that's it. I'll see you all on Sunday. For those of you all who wish to join or to stay, we are finishing at 6 o'clock. All right. So you all take a break, please.
Okay, miss.
Miss, we can leave it.
Yeah, I could go ahead.
Miss, what time is starting back?
4:15.
Okay.